Good afternoon, Substack. It's King Ray Vet, and I was not going to make a video today. I'm supposed to be asleep, but after trying to ignore what the asshole in office in the White House did yesterday with regards to President Obama and the First Lady, Michelle Obama, depicting them as apes, and then trying to blame somebody else for doing it, has got me so disgusted. You know, nothing about that guy is normal. Every bone in his body is racist. I knew that the first time I saw the jackass in 2016. In his Black History Month, and he pulls this shit. You know, a guy that I admire a lot. I don't trust him 100%, but I admire him a lot. Was on the Joy Reid show with Tim Weiss is who I'm talking about, who is a white man who has been fighting. He's been anti-racist for a very long time. And I didn't know he was so young. I thought he was around my age, but he's 10 years younger than I am. He said so in the video. And there was a fourth man in that video. Joy Reid, Tim Weiss, Wajahat, and I don't know how to say his last name. And this other guy. But I had to stop the video because I'm so incredibly disturbed by that depiction of those two as apes, because look, that goes way back. That goes back to the 1800s, folks, where these white pigs have depicted us as apes to dehumanize us and to make it easier for them to kill us, for them to lynch us, for them to maim us. Do you know they used to pull black men's genitals off, and they pulled black women's breasts off during their little fucking lynching parties? Before, during, afterwards, as souvenirs. You know, what he's doing is another dog whistle to his base to start fucking with us. It's not enough that he's, everything he's doing to black people and has been doing to black people is been trying to cause an excuse. I'm so angry, I'm almost shaking. An excuse to slaughter us, to exterminate us, to commit genocide on us, against us. You know, he's doing one thing with the Hispanics, but he's doing another with us. He's trying to pull us out. Because, of course, they've all noticed that we're not there during these protests. We're not putting our bodies in the line for a country that hates us this much. And no, I know that a lot of y'all don't have that hatred in your heart, but enough of them do see that they could cause great harm to us. And y'all that do will probably, you're too fucking chicken shit to get out there and fight this thing. that your ancestors and your complacency and your apathy has created, has been maintaining since they dragged us to this country. We're American. We're not Africans. You call us African Americans or whatever the fuck you want to call us. But you know what? Our home is not Africa. You stole our home. You took us away so long ago. We got our language stripped from us. We got our culture stripped from us. And none of us know where we came from. You know, while y'all all dance around talking about your history, your immigration status, how you got here, blah, 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 none of us know how we got here. We know where they got us from, which was the west side of Africa. But there were a lot of people there from a lot of different places that happened to be in those regions of Africa when they picked us up and threw us like sardines on slave ships and brought us here. Stripped us of our language, beat us until we learned English, wouldn't let us read. Y'all don't see the seriousness of this situation going on called racism and systemic racism in the United States. You don't get it. Most white people don't get it. Some of you do, but most of you don't. You undercut it. You're always trying to make fucking comparisons somewhere in your life to think you understand discrimination, to think you understand racism. Discrimination is not the same as racism. Okay? It's not. Sexism, misogyny, none of that shit can compare to racism. Because while you talk of that shit, especially you women, you white women, while you talk about what you experience as women, imagine what black women are experiencing what you're experiencing and racism. So shut the fuck up about that. Our experiences double, triple, quadruple whatever you fucking experience in life here. Whatever you've experienced. I've got a new Substack buddy. Not buddy. I got a new Substack subscriber who seems to think that, and you know who you are. I'm not going to point you out. I'm not going to say your name, but I'm going to describe you. Your being in a fucking wheelchair doesn't compare to racism. Sorry, I got to call you out again. Because I'm so fucking sick of this shit. I'm sick of your apathy. And your very weird comparisons. When you have no idea what you're comparing your woes to. You don't have any idea what you're comparing. It doesn't compare. So the ape thing is just trying to dehumanize us and set the base up to dehumanize us. So it makes it okay for them to attack us, to lynch us, to kill us, to do whatever they need to do to scratch that itch they have to kill us. None of y'all experience that. I don't care what the fuck you're going through. Not on a regular basis anyway. It's like getting threatened and threatened and threatened and threatened and threatened, and there's nothing we can fucking do about it. But sit here and wait to see if they're gonna fuck with us. Pick us off one at a time out there. This is what I meant by this country is hostile to us. They don't care what we feel about the shit they say and do. openly, out in the open, in front of everybody. That guy feels no shame. He's he's a malignant narcissist. He doesn't give a fuck what comes out his mouth. Then you got these Pollyannas running around talking about, you can't say fuck every other word. You know what? If you were in our shoes, you'd probably say it even more often than we do. Fuck you. I had to tell that bitch, you know what? It worked for Bernie Mac, so shut the fuck up. This is the kind of stuff I deal with on a regular basis. I just don't talk about it in this manner, as mad as it's making me. It's like, you know, this is why I'm a bit cantankerous when it comes to white people's fragility. It's like, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. You know whose feelings I care about? Ours. I am black first. I am pro-black. I'm probably the only pro-black trans man you'll ever know. I haven't made that known yet on Substack, but I am. And pro-black, all black first, all that means is, you know what, all of these centuries that we've been here, we've been forced to care about every other goddamn race in this country except our own. So it's time that we paid attention to our feelings and not yours. Because guess what you've done since you've been here? Yeah, you, and you. It's cared more about your feelings than you do about ours. So we don't have no choice. If we want to stay sane, we want to keep from running out there in the street and getting killed by y'all and your ancestors and your family, your friends, your co-workers, your church members. It's all we can do to stay sane and safe is to take care of our feelings, because y'all certainly aren't. You know, Frederick Pogue put something out, I think it was today, or maybe it was yesterday, where he said, you know, there's a young lady, a young black woman who, she's very upset about this monkey shit. And she told a little story about what she experienced as a child when white people bullied her by calling her a monkey and making monkey noises and walking around doing this shit to her as a child. So she put out a message that said, y'all should be checking on your black friends and seeing if they're okay. But you know, she's only certain white people around Substack are watching black authors and writers and journalists. Again, it's a small echo chamber, maximum of 35,000 people. I don't think they put out demographics yet of what comprises the races of people in Substack, but I guarantee you, y'all are not caping for us. You're caping for yourselves. She really needed somebody to ask if she was okay. And instead of me asking her, I just made her okay by what I said to her openly in public. But then Frederick Pogue came along and said, you know, more than that, contacting your black friends and seeing if they are okay because of what the fuck this clown is doing, this KKK Nazi in the White House is doing. Better than that, y'all need to make it not okay again. Not okay. Whatever you got to do, you have to make this unacceptable and out loud and in public and embarrass these motherfuckers like you did during the civil rights movement and after the civil rights movement. And up until Clown got in office the first time and opened his fucking mouth and made his MAGA base okay to be openly racist again. Openly racist, openly sexist, they're openly everything because, you know, the Nazis came over here to understand how to treat Jews. So fuck the Jews too. You're always screaming about the goddamn Holocaust when this shit has been going on in this country for 400 years. Yes, they killed a lot of Jews. I'm not saying that was acceptable. But what I'm saying is they came over here and saw how they treated black people in order for the Nazis to go back to Germany and do what they did to y'all. And you just conveniently leave that out of all your history. So no wonder we're not all anti-Semite or whatever, anti-Semitic or whatever you call that shit. Because everybody's trying to ignore history in lieu of tribalism. Y'all have no idea how this feels. None. The only people that know how this feels is us. And if there are any Holocaust survivors still alive, they know. They saw it. But this shit never ends for us. Like I said 2 days ago, 24/7, 365 days a year, we got to deal with some jackass like 47 and every white racist in this country. We have to deal with their screwed up, sick ass, wet dreams of racism and authoritarian rule. We live with authoritarian rule from the time we were brought here until today. They still rule over us. All y'all white people do. You know, Lyndon B Johnson said, and I'm just paraphrasing right now because I'm pissed, so I don't remember the entire quote. I should have brought it up, but that convince a white man convince a poor white man that he's better than the best black person. And you pick his pockets. Despite what y'all might think, deep, deep, deep down inside, the reason why you won't fight this is because you believe it too. Deep, deep inside. I'm not talking about surface level shit. I'm not talking about stuff you think you're thinking in the foreground. I'm talking about the subconscious. The one that has created apathy around this. That is where it lives. You've been convinced that you're superior. Or you would fight to even the playing field. You would fight to do that. We wouldn't have to fucking tell you. We wouldn't have to beg you. We wouldn't have to fucking browbeat you to do it. If you believed you were equal to us, you couldn't be able to, you wouldn't accept this superior position you think you're in, living your life, ignoring everything that you don't have to deal with directly. And I am not going to apologize for being this pissed and reading y'all the riot act. I'm not going to apologize. Sick of fucking tiptoeing around your feelings while ours get decimated. This is not okay. What he's doing is not okay. How y'all responded to it is not okay. And I mean the majority of you, not this little subset of people y'all have been trying to ignore since you were born, since you became adults. The Tim Wises, the Jane Elliots, the Robin DiAngelos, all white people that y'all will either fight or ignore because you don't fucking want to deal with your internal racism. That's the only reason why you guys would be ignoring it. Like you don't have to do anything. Your little opt-out button. Oh my God, there's somebody on here trying to tell me, oh, opt out. They're trying to tell me I'm racist. Opt out. I want to hear it. By the way, I don't know if this is going to show up the right direction when I put this on. Anyway, this says DD214. Do you guys know what that is? That's the number of our discharge from the military. So DD214 alumni just means, military alumni. And then this says, in case it's backwards too, don't blame me. I voted for a black woman. Not that that fucking matters. Y'all couldn't fucking handle a black woman president. Now look at where we are. And I don't even want to know how many of my subscribers didn't vote. I don't want to know. Do not tell me. Because I will cuss you clean the fuck out. I don't care what your excuse is. I've been voting dutifully for 50 fucking years. 50 plus. Both local and federal or national. Is it called national or federal? Anyway, the 4-year elections and the every 2-year election and then special elections and stuff like that. I've been doing that for 50 years, even with shitty ass people to vote for. Why? I don't want to see the other guy win or the other woman or the other person, which I'm not sure if they exist yet in politics. But I remember when President Obama and Michelle were in the White House. People were so fucking incredible, fucked up. Sorry, I'm just trying to, I needed to talk through that because, we're smarter than this fucking asshole in office. No matter what he does, and no matter what it looks like to you, we're not fucking cowards. We're just staying out of the goddamn way while you guys do what you've needed to do. By letting those assholes back into the White House and giving them power and giving them a pass. Now he's going to be after everybody who is a dissenter. You think those concentration camps they're building all over the country are going to be for show? Mm-mm. You think the only people they're going to put in there are Hispanics? Mm-mm. And be putting your asses in there too. And you're all acting like that isn't a possibility. Oh, yes, it is. If they could kill Renee Good and Alex, how do you pronounce his name? Pretty, pretty. Sorry, it looks like pretty to me. But they considered them dissenters. They called them um, domestic terrorists. No, they're the domestic terrorists. All of them. The entire regime, the oligarchs, the broligarchs, the tech bros, the politicians that are going along with this. They are the domestic terrorists. And I'm wondering, it's amazing to me that people can be that ignorant to believe the lies they tell in flipping the script. Grown ass adults can't tell they're flipping the script. I find that hard to believe. I believe they know he's lying, but it juices them up so much that they don't care that he lies. They just want to kick some ass. They have been talking about a race war since he was in office the first time. They want that so bad. They don't care what he says to get them to the point where they come out and start coming after us in groups. They're fucking cowards. They won't do it one-on-one. Yeah, they've been yelling that. And every time a white person told me that, I look at them like, okay, and yeah, we know that. That's why we're ramping up, unbeknownst to everybody. They don't know what we're doing to prepare for this regime to come down on us. And it's none of your business because you haven't been with us. You haven't fought for us since the 1960s. So what does it matter how we prepare? Or what we're doing at any given time? We even care enough to try to educate y'all when you don't deserve it, for the most part. Your hesitancy to do anything is because you don't want to risk for us. That hesitancy is not, it's scripted. And I don't know why white people were so much more courageous in the 60s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. I can't explain it. I don't know what the juice was back there and why it's completely missing today. A lot of them were pissed off about the Vietnam War. A lot of them were pissed off about that. And then after Vietnam ended, the hippie movement came to be, and those people jumped on the bandwagon too. But all that's missing now. Biggest bunch of fucking cowards I've ever seen. Ever. You think we won't fight when they do come after us? Yes, we will. Which is probably why they haven't done it yet. They don't know what we're doing. So they're afraid that we have the element of surprise. Fuck. Anyway, I had to come on here and express this stuff because I'm so tired. 68 years of this. You'd be tired too, and you'd be angry, and you'd be full of rage. Not the kind of rage that make me want to go out and kill somebody. No, not that kind of rage. I'm furious, but not enough to hurt you. Only if you come after me will I hurt you. Self-defense, like Malcolm X said. And anybody that thinks that Malcolm X was militant, think again. The man was just radical, and he didn't give a shit about your fragility. That's why they didn't like him. When he went to the Mecca and came back, he had a slightly different attitude about different races being Muslim or Islamic. You go to the Mecca, is Islam. Anyway, he wasn't militant. Even before he went to the Mecca, he wasn't militant. He didn't say, okay, black people, all right, come on, let's go kill white people. That's militant. Look the fucking words up before you paste them on somebody. But, oh, I know somewhere along the line, you heard that the man was militant and you just automatically don't like him. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Here's a black man who is going to stick up for himself. It's telling a whole bunch of black people to do it too. But then it got flipped from, oh, they're going to do self-defense to, oh, no, they're going to kill us. Just to make people afraid enough to kill him. To have him killed. Oh, white people are real slick. And want to get their hands dirty. So they pay somebody to pay somebody to pay somebody to pay somebody to do it. All the leaders. Kennedy, both Kennedys. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers. Just a bunch of different black leaders. They paid to have them murdered so that it couldn't be traced back to the original person who ordered the assassinations. Y'all don't get it. That's what's just so fucking ridiculous is y'all don't get it. Well, they're ramping up for that. All that nightmare to begin again. They're taking the country back to the 1800s. Right up under your noses, right in front of your faces. Do you think you're going to have the upper hand over us after 400 years of us putting up with this? Wrong. We're not the same black people. You'll never have a moment's rest if you think you're going to have one up on us because you side and capitulate to them motherfuckers. Because that's what y'all acting like is you're saying one thing, you're doing another. Oh, this is disgusting, but I'm capitulating. I don't want to raise any hell. I don't want to put my ass on the line. But you'll put ours out there, huh? Anyway, I'm not even trying to be nice about this shit today or right now. Because it's not that I'm devastated. I'm just so tired. Of the bullshit. And a disingenuous talk. I heard a man, a very famous politician, not a politician, I'm sorry. He was a Republican, and I don't know what he did for the Republican Party at the time. He was in politics, and he talks like a lawyer. But anyway, this motherfucker, this disingenuous asshole, had nerve to say, oh, this is racism. It's just so bad. I'm willing to stand shoulder to shoulder with my black brothers and sisters for against racism. We're not out there for y'all to be shoulder to shoulder with us. So what are you talking about? No. You need to fix this. Not us. We're not putting our bodies out on the line for this crap. It's like being in the military, fighting for a country, loving a country that doesn't love us back, that never has loved us back. The whole country, see, has never loved us. It's always done this shit. And it pops here, up here, there, everywhere, in every aspect of our life. It could be coming from anywhere. Anyway, this guy, yeah, the shoulder to shoulder thing. He said something else too that I was like, what? No. Sorry. Your ancestors and your maintenance created these monsters. Your maintenance of whiteness. Let's just call a thing a thing. It's all about being white. It's your whiteness that you relate to the best, that you are trying to protect, that you think if you're quiet as a mouse, none of this shit will touch you. I just lost my train of thought on what I was talking about. By the way, a lot of times when I make videos, during the playback, I see things and then I'll stick what I forgot or what I misquoted or what I made an error with down in the description area on Substack of the video. And sometimes you won't see it because it'll show up as just a video in some places on Substack. You won't even know that there's a subheading and text accompanying the video. So you have to click the title of the video to get to the text of what I added in after I published the video. Actually, I add stuff in during the playback before I press the publish button. So that's where you can find it. Whew. I'm a fun-loving guy, but there's times when I am just do all I can to keep from putting a hole in the wall and hurting my hand. I don't want to do that. Testosterone is a very aggressive hormone. The video I made earlier, I said that I went every other week to VA nurses, and that's what they're doing, is giving me testosterone shots. I have to take them the rest of my life. It's a lifelong commitment because my body naturally produces estrogen. And if I don't take the testosterone, then all the changes will reverse. Not completely all of them. It's not really been studied well enough to understand what exactly will happen. There's a lot of people that have to go off of testosterone for medical reasons, and they report various things happened as a result of having to go off of that hormone. Some people still maintain hair on their face even though they're off the hormone. Some lose it all. Our voices will go back to where they were. Our bodies will go back to the way it was. All the fat cells concentrated around the lower body instead of the stomach. That all changed when I got on testosterone. I didn't have hips anyway, but I still noticed that everything went up and out my stomach. I got an old man gut. Anyway, this video is long. I had a lot to unload and I didn't even bother unpacking it. I'm just fucking over it. Over all this shit. Y'all enjoy the rest of your weekend.